Hello, students. Many students struggle with magnetism, especially when questions involve diagrams, directions, and rules. But the truth is, magnetism is one of the easiest topic. Once you understand the pattern, you will able to answer all the questions. So in this video, I'll break down the concepts in a way finally it makes sense to you. So let's understand how to explain the concept. So why students struggle? Let's try understanding that first. Students often get confused. Why do they get confused? Because they try to memorize the content instead of understanding that. Once you memorize it, you are like focusing on what I learned, what I, you are just trying to recall that. If you try understanding it, you will try to connect with the content. Like, you can never forget to the direction if you understand that. But if you're just memorizing, you may make mistakes. The mistakes could be in a way, let me show you in here. The mistakes could be in a way, say for example, if I just draw a bar magnet, I've seen many students making these silly mistakes. Silly mistakes are the result of lack of awareness. So that's what you have to be very careful for. Here they are going to be labeling it correct, right? What do? They just flip the sides, like say for example north and south, they flip the direction towards the poles. So they also make it go like that, or they make it go like this. So here you need to be very careful. How will you be careful? Obviously, first thing I would suggest is to practice more with diagrams, and the second thing is try understanding the concept. It's always away from the north, so just remember, away from the north towards the south. It would never confuse you. So confusion is zero when you are focusing more on understanding, practicing diagrams, and remembering the rules. So whatever the pressure is, I mean, no pressure can really make you forget the things you understand. The second thing is step by step clarity. Like, if we talk about magnetic field, we have to talk about the region where the force acts, not just the region around the magnet, because the region around the magnet is for how long you have the region that keeps on growing and growing and growing. So where will you stop? The region is the area where the force acts. That is what specifies it. When we talk about the direction north to south, it should be, if it comes for the current around a magnetic field around a current carrying wire, you need to include the term concentric circles. You need to include the direction over there for the current as well as for the magnetic field. So these are the basic informations. Plus, like, fields never cross each other. You can turn on and off the magnetic field of the current carrying wire or something. Like, you have some basic informations. Once you understand the pattern, you can really identify, oh, this is something asking the same thing. The question is represented in a different way, but it is asking the same information, and it is actually the thing. Just imagine, 10 years back students were using the same content and learning, like 9 years back, 8 years back, 5 years back, and you are also using the same content, learning and answering. So it's not changing the content, it's just changing the way the questions are going to be represented. Once you practice past papers, they also give you a lot of, like, every time examiners really want to give you some structured questions. So you have a lot of years, lot of structured questions with you once you sit to practice with the past paper. But don't just practice the past paper to answer that question. You have to answer, like, you have to try understanding what concepts is it asking us to write for. Is it like repetition of the pattern? Literally, you will understand the pattern, like, oh, it's asking the same thing, but the question is presented differently. Now, what the exam tip I'll be giving you in here, obviously, direction for the magnetic field, this magnetism chapter, direction is very important. Whatever the practicals you have, very important. Um, Whether you have to draw a magnetic field around a solenoid or a magnet or electromagnet, if you talk about further things like identify the force, direction of the force under the motor effect or something. So everything you know you need to make it more practice draw of diagrams so that you can fix it. Now, what are the common mistakes you do? When you talk about common mistakes, if you flip the direction, obviously it's the major mistake you have done. forgetting to draw arrows there, forgetting to explain the strength there, writing incomplete answers. That's what I mean. What you do, you write what you know. Examiner wants to justify. If it is for 3 marks, you have to add the resource for 3 marks. It's not just you've written one sentence and you will be getting 3 marks. You will get 1 mark only. Right? So try including these keywords over there and make your answer complete. Once you focus on these understandings instead of memorizing, magnetism becomes the easiest topic ever. Trust me. And you will start to recognize the pattern in every question. If you need a structured support for maths and science, subscribe to our channel, Excel Math. We make learning simple and exam ready. Thank you.